What's up, guys? You know, we have tested a lot of projectors on our channel, Tech Brothers, from the most budget LCD to the more expensive laser projectors. However, today I have a projector that promises to be the best I have ever had. It is called Black Warrior. This is a laser projector with a 0.47-inch DMD chip, native 4K resolution, 3000 ANSI Lumens brightness, naked eye, 3D support, autofocus and smart Keystone correction, Google TV operating system, and many other features. This projector is getting ready to launch through the Kickstarter platform. The project goal has already been exceeded, which means that many people are very interested in this projector. Although the projector was provided to us by the company and we really appreciate it. But still, we will share our honest opinion about it with the pros and cons. Let's start by unboxing. So I received the Black Warrior projector in a plain cardboard box without any identifying marks. I think this is because I have a pre-sale unit, but once the project is completed on Kickstarter, the projector will most likely ship in a retail box. Opening the box, I found a remote control and two microphones. By the way, we will talk about microphones and other accessories a little later. Then there is a user manual here in different languages. The box on the side contains only the power adapter. Finally, we can take the projector itself out of the box. You know, it is really compact, but quite heavy. We will come back to it a little later, but now let's talk about the accessories. My sample came with two microphones, but they are actually sold separately. Their promo price is $99. Honestly, a bit pricey for me, but we will try them out in this video. I also got a desktop stand for the projector. Its price is $69, and I think it is a must-have. The stand is made entirely of metal. You can move this part up and down. The base also rotates 360 degrees. Let's install a projector on it and see what it looks like in practice. Although the projector is quite heavy, the metal stand can easily support it. Yes, this stand is very useful. It is a must-have with this projector. However, you can also opt a floor stand for $99, a ceiling or a wall telescopic mount for $49, a desktop stand like me, 3D glasses and microphones. Now let's take a look at the Black Warrior projector. As I said, it is pretty compact. Its dimensions are 200 by 200 by 160 mm. However, I was surprised that it weighs 2.7 kilos. To be honest, it looks lighter. I think it is because the body is made of metal. Only the rear panel and the bottom are plastic. Overall, the projector has an industrial design, especially the front panel. But it looks like the front panel can be removed by loosening these 4 screws. I will not do this because I like it so much. There is a lens and autofocus and smart Keystone correction sensor on the front. The rear panel has a reset button, DC input, SPDIF. First time I have seen it on a projector, HDMI port, a LAN port, 2 USB ports, some kind of update connector, headphone jack and power button. It also has a ventilation window on the back. By the way, the Black Warrior projector has a fully sealed optical engine, so you don't need to clean it from dust. The sealed lens design keeps the optics clean and reliable for long-term use. The left and right sides have a metal mesh, and I think the speakers are located somewhere in there. We will check the speakers quality a little later. There is nothing on the top, while the bottom has 2 rubber feet as well as a stand or a tripod mount. I have already shown you how to install the projector on the stand. Let's leave it on the stand, because we are going to turn the projector on very soon. I also want to show you the remote control. It doesn't really match the design of the projector, because it is made of white plastic, but I like the quality of it. I see some very useful buttons on it, such as Google Assistant, Projector Settings, Focus Adjustment, and even shortcuts for YouTube. Netflix, Prime Video, and Disney. In addition, it is a Bluetooth remote, not infrared, so it will work from anywhere in your room. Finally, we can turn on the projector. You know the Black Warrior projector as a Google TV via connected TV dongle, as well as a built-in operating system. I don't know what it is called, but it has some built-in apps such as a file manager, local media, a WPS projector, Microsoft PowerPoint, MX Player, and Office Suite. You can also press the Up button on the remote and see a few more functions such as HDMI, AirPlay, Miracast, Skin, Manual, Chrome, Bluetooth audio, Clean Up, and Power Off. I think the built-in operating system is better to use for Office because there are many Office apps. But if you want to watch videos, you should go for Google TV. When I logged into my Google account, I saw that the projector has a Skyworth Leap S2 TV dongle. It has pretty good performance, but most importantly, it supports 4K UHD resolution. I like projectors with Google TV or Android TV because they have certified streaming service apps. The Black Warrior projector already has Netflix, YouTube, Prime Video, and Apple TV pre-installed. You can also go to the Apps tab and find any app from the Play Store here. When it comes to the settings, I found that the projector supports HDR and it also has native 4K 60Hz resolution. That's great. The rest of the settings here are more for TV, not a projector. However, you can press the settings button on the remote and open the settings menu of the projector itself. First, we have the network settings, where you can connect to Wi-Fi and even create a Wi-Fi hotspot. In the Bluetooth menu, we can connect an external device to the projector, such as headphones, gamepad, and so on. The picture settings include brightness, middle, high or low, color temperature, cool, warm, and user-defined, projection placement, and zoom. By the way, the zoom is adjustable as global, as well as vertically and horizontally. I have seen this for the first time. In the Keystone settings, we can use auto or manual Keystone. Autofocus on/off and focus calibration. The general settings have time zone, type writing, fan speed, manual or automatic, and language. By the way, we will check the fan noise a little later, but the projector is very quiet. In auto mode, it is almost silent. The Black Warrior projector also features input signal settings, sound settings, and 3D conversion. By the way, talking about autofocus and Keystone correction, they work very well. You don't have to wait for 2-3 seconds like other projectors, but here the adjustments are instant. You can place the projector at any angle and the picture will still be flat on the wall. By the way, I already said that the desktop stand is very convenient and it allows you to place the projector anywhere in the room. Before we get to the image quality, let's talk about the speaker quality. The Black Warrior projector is equipped with dual 10-watt speakers with DI amplifier and DSP technology. First, you can use the projector as a Bluetooth speaker for your smartphone. Let's listen to some more music. You know, I'm surprised that such a compact projector has such a loud and high-quality sound. There is no need to connect any external speakers to the projector. The built-in speakers are great. By the way, do you remember that I have microphones for this projector? Yes, they are sold separately, but if you want to have karaoke on the projector, this is a useful thing. As for mic's connection, you don't have to do anything. I just turned on the microphones by pressing the buttons on them, and they automatically connected to the projector. It looks like they are using their own radio frequency, not Bluetooth. I cannot sing, but let me try for you.
1, 2, 3. Hello.
Now let's talk about the fan noise. Since this is a laser projector, it is very quiet. I already told you that you can choose the fan speed in the settings. In auto mode, the projector is very quiet, only 42 decibels nearby, and 40 decibels at 1 meter. In manual mode, you can increase the fan speed, and then you will hear some noise, about 53 decibels. But I don't think the projector will run like this very often. Finally, let's move on to the image quality. First, I can confirm that the Black Warrior projector has 4K UHD native resolution. We can see that in the Google TV settings as well as YouTube videos. This is probably the sharpest picture of any projectors I have tested. But to be honest, this is my only second 4K projector. The Black Warrior uses 0.47-inch DMD display chip, DLP technology, and OSRAM RGB LED light source. This is not an ultra-short focus projector, but it has lower throw ratio than many other projectors in this price range, 1.2 to 1. You know, the lower throw ratio means the projector can produce a large image from a shorter distance. On this picture, you can see the screen size to distance ratio. The maximum screen size is claimed to be 300 inches. I don't have a wall that size, but I can confirm 200 inches. The Black Warrior projector also has 15,000 to 1 contrast ratio. The colors are very saturated, and I think they are very close to the TV panels.
Nature means everything that the merciful God has given us. Plains and deserts, to the sea and the sunset and many other things.
By the way, if you find my image too cold or warm, you can just adjust that in the settings. I like it that way. You know, the Black Warrior projector supports many different technologies, such as IMAX enhancement, Dolby Active 3D, HDR10+, but I don't know how to test them. The only thing I have been able to test is 3D. You can watch 3D content with or without special glasses. But you should realize that videos for glasses and glasses free will be different in format. I don't have active 3D glasses, so I can only show you the 3D video without glasses. By the way, I will leave a link to some of these videos in the description below, so you can check them out on your projector. Last but not least is the brightness. The Black Warrior projector has a very high brightness of 3000 ANSI lumens. Unlike the resolution, I cannot verify this brightness, but I can show you a projector with a brightness of 900 ANSI and the Black Warrior with 3000 ANSI. To be honest, we are comparing LED and laser projectors, which is not quite right, but you can still see the difference. You can even watch videos in a room with lights. Of course, the black becomes more gray and the other colors lose saturation, but you can see the image just fine.
Has given to his creatures. So while using and enjoying it, they should be diligent in preserving it.
You're back in the greatest city in the world. Thanks to the one person who could make it possible. In the greatest city in the world. Thanks to the one person who could make it possible.
Third loss of the season, and for the second consecutive possession, the Vikings start dropped by Keystone, knocked down at the 39.
Let's watch some more videos and then we will draw conclusions.
What's that?
The fence.
What's inside?
People.
What's outside? This is Zora Bennett, our mission specialist. Sorry, what mission? This would be a medical breakthrough that could save countless lives.
Really man. And if you cross my family, well, you'd better pray.
Situation's gonna be.
We don't ask, we take. And when someone forgets their face,
He was trying to flip it, but he got tired up, and the Lions make a stand.
Gentlemen, bodies up. Gabriel knocks down three. The United States had wants that hole. Pretty impressive.
Let's move.
So I have told you about everything about a Black Warrior projector except the price. It is now available on Kickstarter for the special price of $899. However, you need to buy the accessories additionally. I would recommend you to add a desktop stand to your order because it allows you to rotate the projector in any direction. I think the Black Warrior is a great projector for the price. I feel like this is one of the most affordable 4K projectors out there, right? It also has a very high brightness of 3000 ANSI, 3D support, laser autofocus, and instant Keystone correction, powerful speakers, and even a Google TV system with Netflix, Apple TV, YouTube, and other apps. If there's anything I forgot to tell you about this projector, please write in the comments below. I will be sure to check it out for you. Thank you for watching. See you soon!